Up, hello YouTube. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, do your thing. If you're watching this on Twitch, thank you for being here. Much love. We are going to be in sub mode for this just because sometimes things get a little spicy, to say the least. Things get a little spicy. We are going to be going over the top, or I guess the company tier list of the month of January. We'll see what it looks like. We're going to be ranking all the companies from S, A plus, A, B, C, D, needs improvement, and the graveyard. We do have 32 companies on here. There's 32 companies. I do want to preface this with a bit of a trigger warning. Trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning, guys. Look, this is all my opinion. This is from the Willyverse. This is my opinion. It is what it is. It's nothing more than that. It's nothing more than that there. So if you guys agree, disagree, that's totally fine. Let's go ahead and be respectful with it as much as we can. I do want to preface this also with one more thing. One more thing that, look, I'm covering 32 companies. I cover even more than 32. So just want to say there's a lot of people in New World, a lot of amazing players, a lot of amazing companies. So we'll get into it. With that being said, let's jump into this tier list, guys. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, guys. Damn. Starting it out here with 15K. Fitting, we were just in Marama, so starting out here with 15K. Again, 15K is a company over there on Marama. They have been seeing some tough times. We saw Strict kind of take them out. 15K went from being kind of on that top to kind of in a bit of a rough spot. I'm kind of wondering what they're going to be doing. What's their next move? A little blurry. Oh, look, am I better? Boom. Kind of wondering what their next move is going to look like here. I do think that they're a pretty good company, but again, I'm just curious. They did just win Ebonscale though. They absolutely did. So that is something that is going in their favor. They got 2 territories now, so I do think that they definitely showed some strength, and they also won Ebonscale pretty convincingly. So I think 15K is still a very good company. I think that they are holding it down over there. The thing that I'm mainly concerned about 15K is, when it comes to competition, you got Strict. I will say we haven't seen Strict we haven't seen Maximum Effort and 15K fighting forever. So the only real competition that I've been seeing is Strict versus 15K, and they've been getting deleted against Strict. They did, however, hold out against Strict the other day, so that's kind of a bit of a dub. They kind of did hold out against Strict the other day, so that's a bit of a dub. So I do think right now, I think I'm going to be putting 15K at, I think, a high B. I think 15K is going to be a high B. I think they could be an A still, but I think 15K definitely struggles with the problem of their server as well. I think the server of Marama, we talked about it on the server tier list, but I think the server of Marama is definitely seeing better days. You know what I mean? I think they've seen better days. So it's like some companies are going to be experiencing this, guys, where they might be falling lower on the rankings simply because of how bad the server is going. Like, I'm just going to be honest. That is a bit of the reality. So it is what it is. I think 15K are going to be pretty fair. Aphotic going to be coming in. Aphotic coming in. Yo, Alvis, hey, thank you for the raid, man. Much love. Much love. Aphotic, guys. Now, Aphotic is a Covenant company over there on Olympus, holding it down. Olympus is kind of in that, excuse me. Olympus is kind of in that category of kind of having a very, very hard time. I think Aphotic has a good foundation. I think the problem is Olympus is definitely rough. I don't even know if it's necessarily Aphotic's fault. We saw a successful defense coming out from Aphotic against Ouroboros, which was pretty much their main competition. So I like seeing that. I think Aphotic definitely has some strength in their roster, but they got no competition over there on Olympus. And again, that kind of falters things. It kind of makes things in a rough situation for them. So I still think though they are coming out now as probably the best on Olympus. So even if Olympus does die within this month, I still think Aphotic probably is able to hold it down. So I don't know. I think I'm going to be putting Aphotic at C just because I mean, look, they're the last competitive company on Olympus. They're trying their best over there. Ouroboros, again, already out the door. So it kind of is what it is over there. Well, the thing is, I want to see Aphotic with more competitive companies or face more competitive companies. And I really do want to see them kind of move away from Olympus and kind of make their way over to Orofina or another server. You know, it's just hard to gauge. It's really hard to gauge this company right now due to that fact. So I think, again, last company surviving over there, it is what it is. So let's go. Yeah, this is the list right here. I got you. Yo, Lauren, hey, thank you for the 100 biddies. Love ya. Love ya, love ya. All right, let's go. A little Boogaflu. A little Boogaflu here. Booga Boys, guys. Now, Boogaflu is still holding it down. I do gotta say, we have not been seeing a lot of Boogaflu. We have not been seeing a lot of Boogaflu lately. I mean, I know it was a holiday season, so some of these companies haven't gotten as active as they really could be. I think Boogaflu is very strong. I still think they're really strong, though. They are definitely up there in the top echelon of competition. We're gonna be seeing them fight tomorrow against Supple, I believe. I think the Booga Boys, I think it is very good to just kind of put them at A+. I think they're an A+ company. I think they're very good. I want to see how they hold out against Supple tomorrow. I think they're pretty good. Again, nothing controversial here. I haven't seen them beat the Supples. I haven't seen them beat the Dropouts. So until then, I can't necessarily put them in an S. So we'll see. Yeah, I know that COS, though, we will be seeing more Boogaflu coming in. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it here. I want to see them do good things. Borpa Boys. The Borpa Boys, guys. Borpa. Borpa Boys coming in. Now, Borpa has a lot of, Borpa has a lot of, I mean, look, these guys are everywhere. Borpa is on multiple servers. Objectively, we saw in Valhalla that Borpa really was look, we saw them fighting Heaters, and it wasn't, honestly, look, no offense to Heaters, but it wasn't close. And Heaters is kind of like their biggest competition over there. And I mean, Borpa making it look convincing. I mean, I'm talking two pointing Heaters and stuff. I mean, it's very convincing stuff coming out from Borpa. I do think that Borpa is definitely one of these top companies here. I think there is an argument of whether you could put Borpa in S or A+. It's kind of an argument. I do think that they definitely are in this upper echelon because they're doing good things on multiple servers, and I think that's the biggest thing about Borpa is they're doing things on Avalon and they're doing things on Valhalla, right? I mean, seriously, they really are. I mean, you know, they're doing things. They're the top company on Avalon, and they're the top company on fucking on Valhalla. So it's like this company is essentially the top company on two whole servers. And I don't think anybody else can really say that. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, I don't know. I don't know, but I do think that due to them being so kind of covenant on multiple servers, I think I will be giving Borpa an S. I think I'll be giving Borpa an S. We'll evaluate this list after it's done, but I do think I think they have the X factor, and I think that's something I do respect coming out from Borpa. It's the multiple server thing too, and it's the dominancy coming out on both the servers. I think I really like that. I don't think, and again, now all these companies are not ranked the same, by the way. I already know that some people aren't going to be agreeing with my placements. That's fine. I think this is ranked based off of, the Willy perspective, from my perspective. I think the fact that every time I go to Avalon or Valhalla, these guys are looked at as literally the best on the server. That says something about the company overall. So I think that definitely is impressive coming out. I really like that. I really like that coming in. So let's go ahead and switch it up here. Let's go ahead and do Enough's Enough. Or no, F-Ball. I picked F-Ball.
Subs out
Yo,
here.
Thanks for the gifted sub. Thank you, man. Much love, dude. All right, let's choose F-Baller. We got F-Baller here, guys. Now, F-Baller is definitely making moves over here. Oh, wait, hold up. I Peacocks. I've been seeing some people say that. Yeah, dude, look, I'm not going to lie. Hold up. Before I continue, I've been seeing a couple of comments on that. Look, I want to add peacocks. The reality is I've caught in one peacock war in December, and it's not even their fault. There's just not much going on Lilith when it comes to competition wise. That's just the reality. You know what I mean? I would put peacocks on here if there was a different reality that's in. I just got to be honest. You know, like, I think peacocks is definitely, you know, shout out to the Peacock squad, but the thing is, I feel like it's injustice if I add companies that I'm not casting a whole ton. That's it. So we're gonna be getting to F Baller here though. We're gonna be getting into F Baller here. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. F Baller coming in. Now, F Baller has been doing some pretty good things over there. We just saw them convincingly take out X Payout, which was pretty good. I mean, it was a very convincing war. You love to see it. F Baller is a purple company. I believe they have four territories at this point. So I actually do love to see it. I mean, these guys are actually showcasing that they have some strength in their roster. However, we did see them lose to Ordo Renatus in an attack. And one thing that makes me question is, can F Baller beat Ordo Renatus? I know that Ordo only has one territory, but it does bring concerns for me whenever I see it's like. And also, F Baller really struggled in that attack. Something that I did notice was F Baller really did struggle last time. You know, they didn't really take the point. Ordo Renatus did pretty good. So I don't know. I think right now F Baller is a solid. I think I'll put F Baller at a B. I think F Baller would be a B. I think it's pretty good. Again, I want to see them kind of beat Ordo Renatus next. They are pretty much on top of the server though. They're looking really good as a company, so I really like F Baller. They went up a lot from last week, by the way. I know last week I had them in needs improvement simply because I needed to see a little bit more from them, but I really like this. I think F Baller has really big big influence on the Amara server, and I think they're holding it down over there. I think they are pretty good. So yeah, I think F Baller, very good company. So let's get it, guys. Let's go ahead and do let's do I guess let's go ahead and do let's do Prim. Let's do Prim. So let's go ahead and do Prim. Let's show Seer some love. We got Prim here. Now, Prim is interesting. Prim pretty much Prim pretty much beats out everybody on Seer. The only thing that was happening over there on Seer though was Prim versus Uppies. I don't know if Prim is going to see any other competition. I think they're I think they're a good company, but due to the fact that we really haven't seen any other company really come out and fight them, Seer is looking to be a little rough. So I do think I got to put Prim at D, but again, look, mainly just because really there's not much else competition. It's hard to gauge the company. It really is. I mean, it's incredibly hard to gauge a company whenever they have one company to fight. And also, objectively, Uppies, to my knowledge, has not pushed Prim yet. So it is what it is. Look, I think Prim doing good things, but again, just, unfortunately in the Willyverse need a little more competition. And on that note, let's go ahead and talk Uppies. Uppies, to be honest, Uppies was their competition for a while, and I have not seen any Uppies wars in a long time. I don't know. It almost makes me think that Uppies needs to be in the graveyard. Are they still around? There either needs improvement or the graveyard. I'm not sure. I haven't seen them trying to war much, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a needs improvement. I think Uppies needs improvement. Again, I haven't. They lost to Prim. They lost their territory to Prim. So we'll put them in a needs improvement for now. They could be entering graveyard territory. We'll see what it looks like. I do think Uppies needs a little improvement though. Let's get it. Let's keep this going, guys. Let's keep this going. Let's see. Let's do, maximum effort. Let's pull maximum effort here. Maximum effort, very interesting. Now, here's the thing about maximum effort. I put them at A last time. I put them pretty high. I thought maximum effort had a lot of influence on the server. The thing is, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Big of thank you. Pre-offs is a furry. No, but thank you for the resub. Much love. But no, seriously, with Max Effort, it's kind of rough, you know, because I haven't been catching much of their wars. Seriously, you know, it's kind of rough, man, because there's no one for them to war. Maximum Effort fights a lot of the smaller companies, and it's because I haven't seen them fight 15K. And aside from 15K, I mean, we see Tribulation, but I haven't caught a lot. I think Maximum Effort is probably going to be I think Maximum Effort probably going to be a solid, I'm gonna say B. I'm gonna say B tier. I think I'm gonna say B tier for now. I think that they could be A still, just due to how much territory they have, but they suffer with 15K. They suffer with 15K here because the problem is their server, man. They just don't. They're running out of competition. I haven't seen them. I didn't see them fight much, but I still think they got some strength in the company, man. I still think it's possible. So I think B is pretty fair for Maximum Effort, in my opinion. You know, I think it's pretty fair. So let's get it, guys. Let's go ahead and see. Let's catch Horizon. Let's do Horizon. Now, guys, Horizon, Marauder Company over here on Orofina. These guys are pretty strong. Now, unfortunately, we did just see them lose to Westbench very convincingly. So you absolutely hate to see it. You know, look, Horizon has been hailed as one of the best competition on the server. But again, losing to Westbench so convincingly kind of was a problem. You know, it is what it is. I do think Horizon, though, is very, you know, is strong in and of itself. I'd like to see them improve a little bit and bounce back. You know, they still own 2 territories, so you love to see it. They still got that command. So I think Horizon's going to be a solid A. I think Horizon holding down A tier, pretty solid. I think they definitely deserve A. Pretty good. I want to see them kind of, you know, get a little bit better. I still think they're strong, but we'll have to see how they bounce back. That's the biggest thing in Orofina. How do they bounce back? If they can't bounce back convincingly, then they could be looking to drop a little bit. Aside from that, we did see some solid war. We did see some solid wars coming in from Horizon this month, so, or last month. So you'd love to see it. Yeah, somebody said Top G's dead. Yeah, Top G. So to anybody who doesn't know, this is the graveyard. So to anybody, since I'm gonna be doing these since I'm going to be doing this monthly here, I'm going to be having a graveyard. So for all the companies that we have, I'm just going to be throwing people in the graveyard when they ended up dying, because you know what? Never forget, guys. Look, we can't forget our fallen companies, the fallen soldiers out here. You know, look, you know, we got to hold it down. So Top G is in the graveyard. It's how it goes. It is absolutely how it goes. So let's check it. We're going to be getting into, let's do Lost Reapers. Lost Reapers, Syndicate Company over there on Amara, if I'm not mistaken. They do own Windsward. You know, I think they still own Windsward over there. I think they got a war for it tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think Lost Reapers is a pretty good company, but I have been seeing them kind of struggle a little bit. I don't really know what the Reapers is doing. They only have 1 territory, and it looks like they might be losing it soon. Yo, Apples, hey, thank you for the raid, man. Much love. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to the boy. Much love, much love. It's hard to say because they do own Windsward, but what Reapers disbanded? They threw Windsward. They done. So Reapers is in the graveyard. Hold up. Yeah, look, I didn't necessarily have them too high, but are they actually dead? Are the dead? Hey, thanks for the 100 biddies. Thank you. Yeah. So okay. So Reapers is in the graveyard. Damn. Hey, all right. Well, look, all right, look, that's new news. See, look, that's the thing. See, look, I can't be everywhere, so you guys let me know. Well, Reapers is part of the graveyard. It's holding it down. How it goes. Hey, look, another addition to the graveyard. Another addition. Look, this one's for Top G too. How it goes, man. Graveyard additions coming in. Also, just want to let you know, any of the followers, you might be getting hit with ads. I'm sorry, we have ads playing in about a minute, just so you guys know. Just giving you guys a heads up. Look, you know, gotta support the fam. That's what we do out here, guys. Let's go ahead and get Let's go ahead and do, let's grab Dropouts, dude. Let's grab Dropouts. Guys, we know where Dropouts is going. We know where Dropouts is going. Boom. Dropouts still S tier company. We did see them fighting Supple the other day. Dropouts Marauder company over there in COS. We saw them fighting Supple the other day. Now, they didn't win against Supple. They did not win. They actually had a rough war, but they did very good things. It was very competitive. I mean, COS is almost peak of competition at the moment. So, you know, you love to see it. Very strong company. It's just looking good. It is looking very good coming out from the Dropout boys. So looking good there. Dropouts there's not much else I can say. I mean, we had Kilash on the podcast. I mean, there's not too much else we can really say about the Dropouts. I mean, they are still standing the test of being one of the best companies in the game, and that's just how it goes. So let's do Fed. Speaking of COS, let's do Fed. Let's see what Fed looks like here. So Fed, they fought Supple tonight. They had a very hard war. I do know that Fed is a purple company over here on COS. These guys are pretty good. You know, these guys are pretty good here. You know, from what I'm hearing, a lot of people are saying that they are taking a lot of members from companies. I will say though, they definitely struggle being in that upper echelon, right? They struggle versus the Boogaflus. They struggle versus the Supple. They're trying their best. They're definitely a little bit more mid, but it's kind of like to what degree. You know, it's kind of like to what degree. I think Fed is definitely, you know, the thing is on the server, they have a lot of influence. They absolutely have a lot of influence on the server, in my opinion. I mean, when you own 3 territories, you're naturally going to have influence on the server, but when it comes to comp wise, I just don't know. I think I'm going to be putting a Fed at the back of C, possibly D. Possibly D, could be at the back of C. I think that they got a lot of people in their company. They got 3 territories on COS. I mean, look, at the end of the day, they do have a lot of land. I mean, and I think that, and I think that, you know, that means something when it comes to having some, you know, a good chunk of territory in a competitive server like COS. So yeah, very interesting. Look, I see somebody saying Fed better than Prim. Look, these companies are not ranked on the same level. Prim suffers from Seer being dead. The thing is, Fed controls 3 territories on Castle of Steel, which is arguably the most competitive server. So, yo, how it goes. Either way, let's get it going. Let's do Declared next. Let's go ahead and do Declared. So, Declared Syndicate Company over here, and Declared Syndicate Company over here. In Devoured. Now, Devoured again, suffering. A lot of servers are suffering, guys. You know, a lot of servers are suffering right now. I think Declared, again, doing good things over in Devoured. They are holding off their territories, but again, I think suffering coming in, I think they own the D spot, and it's almost not their fault. Again, just Devoured really has been struggling a little bit as of recently, and Declared, unfortunately, not really having too much to fight over there. To my knowledge, they did have a successful defense against 2 companies, or against a company on multiple territories, and one of them I think only slotted like 30 people or something. So look, you know, successful, but you know, at the end of the day, just rough for the server. Let's go ahead and let's do DSS. Let's do DSS. Where do we have DSS here? Now, we saw DSS fighting against Heaters today, actually. I think it was today, yeah, where they did a really good job at fighting in that fort. They looked pretty solid. They weren't able to beat the Heater squad. These guys they're actually really good. I do think DSS is one of the top companies on Valhalla. You pretty much have DSS, Borpa, and Heaters, and it's kind of like, you know, what are you feeling? What are you feeling here? Last week, I did have DSS pretty low, but that was mainly because I didn't catch a lot of DSS. So far, they are looking solid, but again, they're kind of struggling when it comes to fighting the Heaters and Borpa boys. So it kind of like, it's iffy. I do see them being very close to the Heaters, in my opinion. You know, I think so. I think they're pretty close. I do think DSS is very strong. It's hard to say, man. I'm thinking, man, A or B. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I originally had them slotted right around here. DSS was a hard pick for me. It's whether it was A or B, and again, I'm kind of torn here. I think they could be. I just want to see them beat the Heaters squad. Not gonna lie. You know, not gonna lie, dude. I want to see that happen, but I just haven't just yet. So it's almost like, you know what am I seeing here? You know, what am I seeing? I don't know. I do think they're pretty good though. DSS, very strong company on Valhalla, which is a pretty poppin' server. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, DSS has not beaten Heaters. Yeah, but exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Crossfire. Look, I'm reading you in the chat. Yeah, man. That's why I'm so torn with this ranking. It's kind of like wherever I put one of these, it's almost like they both go, because I think Heaters and DSS are both like right next to each other. You know, look, I think they're literally neck and neck, if you ask me. I'm gonna go ahead and put DSS and Heaters in A tier. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna, and I know I don't want to do a hasty decision on Heaters, but I think it's like I could do this right here. I really could just do this. Like it really doesn't matter. I think both these guys are literally swinging at each other's faces right now. Like if you're in Valhalla, it's like Heaters and DSS, but then Borpa's up there up top, just like Borpa's doing their thing, but Heaters and DSS are really battling each other, and I think they're both really good companies. So I'd like to see a little bit back and forth here. You know, I really, you know, it is interesting. So I'm gonna put it up there. Heaters going up in that spot again. Not to also downplay any of the Heaters boys. Heaters are holding it down over there in Valhalla. They've been holding it down for a hot second, so I think they still continue to hold A this week. But it's a bit of a back and forth between these guys. You know, I want to see them do it. So let's see. Let's see, guys. Cosmic Scales, let's just do it. Cosmic Scales, dude. Look, look. I know Apple rated me. I know Apple's sitting there right now. Dude, he's looking at Willie. He's like, dude, I swear to God, dude. No, I swear to God. No, look. All jokes aside, Cosmic Scales really did have a, you know, look, Cosmic Scales really did have a fantastic week, or a month. Let's just be honest. They did look rough at the start. When I did my original ranking here, I think that Cosmic Scales back at the start of January, it was looking a little rough, but you know, they focused up. They got, you know, they looked really good. And I will say today, unfortunately, it was definitely well, unfortunately for the Bloke boys, I think Cosmic Scales did a very good job and kind of cemented themselves as maybe the top competition when it comes to beating the you know, when it comes to beating the West Bench squad. I think Cosmic is definitely top of A or possibly A+. They're definitely close. They're very close. I gotta see how they fare against West Bench on the attack. But again, doing good things. I think beating the Handsome Bloke so convincingly today was a very good look. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a very good look, and I think that was what cemented it kind of for me. I mean, guys, look, you know, look, I know there's exploit cope, there's exploits, there's war lag, I get it, but the reality of the situation is Horizon had a very hard war against West Bench, and they lost in 6 minutes left. We saw Cosmic beat Handsome Blokes, and Handsome Blokes lost with 6 minutes left in that war. And Handsome Blokes is a very good company, guys. Like, let's not beat around the bush. I mean, the Blokey boys is, you know, they're very good. So at the end of the day, it's a good look for Cosmic, and I think that they definitely deserve their A spot here. Holding it down. I do think right now where it's sitting, I think Cosmic. Yo, hey, thank you for the resub. Love you. Thank you, Gravcat. Thank you. I do think Cosmic is kind of you know, poised to be one of the best, or poised to be somebody who might be able to beat West Bench. It is what it is. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to see it though. I mean, you know, maybe Horizon can fight West Bench back, and that's why they're kind of both next to each other. So yeah, I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna stick to it. Let's go. Let's do Leaked. Leaked is also in the graveyard, guys. Look, again, we're gonna have the graveyard just to here. This is for Leaked here. Never forget the double deck and the last minute roster swap, guys. How it goes. Never forget. One of the most memed. Hey, look, one of the biggest moments for a hot second. Yo, look, how it goes. Yeah, how it goes, guys. Let's go ahead, and since we're talking so much about Orofina, let's do West Bench. Let's see where now, guys. West Bench, very, you know, company making waves, guys. West Bench absolutely making waves here, coming into Orofina and really causing up a stir. We know that this is a West Coast company. These guys are coming in looking strong, kind of arguing, or excuse me, kind of have an argument of who is best. You know, who is best, West Coast or East Coast? I think Westbench really has been looking good. They beat Cosmic convincingly off the rip there. In Brimstone, and then they went over. They had a very close war against Horizon, and then they ended up beating Horizon in the next war after that. Then they just had a successful defense against Riposte. So I think Westbench is poised to be the top of the competition on Orofina at the moment. So Westbench deserve it of an A+. I think Westbench definitely an A+ company here. These guys are really strong. I mean, the roster, the way these guys play, they are really bringing in a lot of heat. A lot of momentum, and arguably, man, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna have to put Westbench at the top of A+. You know, I mean, look, they're holding down Orofina right now, in my opinion, when it comes to best, when it comes to just one of the best servers, right? I mean, you have COS, you have Orofina. I think Westbench being kind of the top competition on Orofina is a lot to say. So coming in with that West Coast heat, you'd love to see it. You'll love to see it, dude. Riposte coming out. Riposte coming out now, guys. Now Riposte is made up a lot. So Riposte is a syndicate company over here in Orofina. They haven't been able to do too much though. You know, they haven't been able to do too much since they come in. You know, they lost Brightwood. They had a rough war against Westbench. I think, unfortunately for the Riposte squad, I think I'm gonna have to put them at needs improvement for now. I would like to see, you know, Riposte with a little bit of a needs improvement. You know, I want to see them try and get a little bit better. You know, they're trying out there though. Respect, you know, respect. I think that they are on the move, and I respect that. You know, I want to see them try and get better. But again, they're a newer company, right? You know, they're a newer company. They got to try and figure out what works for them. They came in a lot from the Wooden Spoon squad and a couple others. I know that Top G went that way, but I think it's just kicking off those training wheels. I think we could see Riposte be up here, but we just got to see a little bit more out of Riposte. So let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Let's go ahead and do, speaking of Orofina, let's do MinX. Now, MinX last week, I had them on needs improvement.
Let's go!
Yo, thank you for the follow. Green Crush, hey, thank you for the follow, man. Much love. Now, MinX, I had them last week on needs improvement. They have two territories. You know, they have two territories here. But I haven't seen, look, to be honest with you, I have not seen MinX fighting any of the, you know, I haven't seen them fight like the Blokes, a Westbench, a Horizon. You know, they have been doing pretty good against, like, you know, some of the Godfires, you know, some of the more, you know, a little less, you know, super competitive companies on Orofina, but I think they do, you know, they own a couple territories. You know, it is the kid. Yo, look, hey, look, I get it, bro. I do think MinX though is going to be in the D tier for now, just because I do think that I do think that you know, I could definitely see them fighting some of the top competition. We just didn't catch it much last month. Now, whether that's due to the family and stuff, or, you know, people busy, I totally get it, right? I mean, it's a holiday season, so we'll see what it looks like though moving forward. I don't think they necessarily need improvement. I think they got good footing, and I could see them, you know, I could see them, you know, moving up there. So we'll see what it looks like. Let's go, guys. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. Now, guys, enough's enough, man. I'm not gonna lie, had a kind of a rough month going into the Merida and Avalon merge. You know, enough's enough versus Borpa was, you know, some pretty big wars, and I think that you know, Borpa was kind of getting ahead, but enough's enough really trying to figure, you know, again, find their footing, see what they can do. It kind of ended up being a little rough for them. We saw a war coming out where they kind of got, I mean, they got rally point sat against the Borpa boys. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they did get rally point sats. Now, I do think, though, enough is still good competition for Avalon. You know, I do think they are good competition for Avalon here. So, it's going to be interesting. Last week, I think I had them at around the B, and I think I'm going to keep them probably around this B, around this B area. I think, you know, I want to see a good war against Borpa, but I know Borpa is just so damn strong. They got such good foundation, but I want to see a good war against them in Borpa. However, Enough's Enough is a very strong company over there on Avalon. Would not count them out. You know, they definitely can make things happen, but I think Avalon is kind of also starting to struggle. I'm not sure, but really the only other kind of company I'm starting to see come out of Avalon is Notice. So we'll have to see. I mean, they could be lower. I mean, you could even say say enough might be C, but again, I don't know. We'll just have to see some more competition. I really, I don't know. I don't know. The more I look at it, maybe enough is C. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No, I don't know. We'll hold it at B. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, guys. We'll hold it there for now. All right, let's go. We'll do revisions at the end. All right, guys, don't panic. Don't panic now. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I haven't caught a ton of Don't Panic. I know that they're over there on COS. I wanted to add them to the list, just kind of like, we've been catching Don't Panic for a long time. They're doing good things, but again, they're not making waves. I think they got some strength, but I think they're just a solid D tier company right now. I haven't really seen, they're kind of, Don't Panic is content. Don't Panic is very much content with holding down some side territories over there in COS. I don't really think that they're necessarily out here like trying to sweat their heart out. So I think it's kind of content. Just kind of put them at the D, but yeah, I think it's kind of good there. Let's go. Let's do Tribulation. Now, guys, Tribulations, it's kind of weird. Last week I had Tribulation and needs improvement. And part of me is kind of wondering if it still goes there. I still don't know about Trib, but again, I wonder how much of it is Marama. Marama is really rough. It's kind of weird because I feel like, I feel like we could have them at like a D or C because they own multiple territory on Marama. But they did just lose very hard to 15K, and it's like, man, I just don't know. I just don't know what the influence on the server is. So I think Trib is out here doing their thing, but man, it just really is hard to kind of decide where to put these guys. So I think I'm gonna put them in the needs improvement again. Maybe it's not even Trib's fault. It could just be the wars I'm catching and things that I get of them. I just think that they lost pretty convincingly against 15K, and look, it's rough out here. So we'll see what it looks like. Let's go, guys. Let's go ahead and do Ouroboros. Let's go ahead and do Ouroboros here. Now, Ouroboros is a Marauder company. They're going to be making their way over to Orofina. So they will be in Orofina now. However, for the last month, they were absolutely on Olympus, and Olympus is a dying server. So I can't necessarily blame them for wanting to move, right? You can't really blame them for that. Olympus is definitely down bad, but I do think that I think that they're right there next to Aphotic, in my opinion. I still think they're right next to Aphotic. Even when we saw them fight over there in Olympus, it was always back and forth with these guys. So maybe we can see a little bit more of what happens over here in Orofina. No, I would put Ouroboros above Aphotic a little bit, just because I do think that they have a little bit more agency. And so, yeah, I would say they're kind of top of C right now, in my opinion. But again, we'll see what they look like over in Orofina. We'll see. Now, Supple, guys. Let's do Supple. Let's see, guys. Now, Supple, man, they're bouncing back, guys. Supple is bouncing back. They're in the graveyard. No, I'm kidding. Supple is definitely bouncing back here. We had an absolute stellar war between Supple and Dropouts, and guys, Supple able to convincingly hold out against the Dropouts boys. And I think, again, that's just convincing stuff. Coming out from the Dropout squad. You really like to see it, but again, I mean, it was a very fun war, and I think Supple coming back, they've definitely been doing their thing. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to see a Booga versus Supple, so I do think those, hey, yo, thank you for the resub. Thank you, Salad. I love you, dude. Thank you. I think Supple is in S tier. I think Supple is definitely an S tier. Now, guys, Supple or Dropouts, look, we're going to have to see what Supple looks like against Dropouts on the attack. I think Dropouts still going to hold the top of S for now. Obviously, they lost the attack to Supple, but I mean, look, if Supple can attack Dropouts and beat Dropouts, I think Supple could hold this top spot. But right now, I think they're looking pretty good. I mean, holding out against Dropouts is not an easy feat, and I think that's very strong. I think that is a very strong look. I mean, Dropouts, mean, when they're completely steamrolling people, Supple able to hold it down and fairly convincingly too. I mean, dropouts ticked the point a little bit, but there wasn't like a super ton of absolutely close nail biters. So we'll see what it looks like though. They could be holding it down. So let's see now. Handsome Blokes, guys. Now, a little controversy with the Bloke boys. They don't own anything on Orifina right now. Rumors, unfortunately, again, I'm sorry if I leaked those, but rumors that the Bloke boys might be disbanding. I would literally cry if this happened. But are they in the graveyard? Are they in the? Is Blokes dead? Like I'm gonna cry right now. Like I'm literally, I don't know. Like it is what it is though. If that's the truth, I mean, look, I don't know, because like I don't know how to slot them. You know, I don't know how to slot them because like I heard that you know, I heard that Blokes might be done for. So I don't know. I think I still want to put Blokes at like in A or B or stuff, but it's like it's hard to say, right? They don't own a territory. I feel like it's disingenuous to some of the other people who own territories and stuff. I mean, look, Blokes has nothing at the moment, and they just lost convincingly to yo, hey, thank you for the resub, love you, dude, duh, thank you, and they just lost convincingly to Cosmic Scale, so it's very rough. So I do think we're gonna have to put Blokes that it needs improvement. It hurts my soul. It hurts my, I mean, look, I would love that. It hurts my soul, but I think we're going to have to just see what they do. You know, just going to have to see what they do from here. Because I can't objectively slot them. You know what I mean? I can't slot them. You know, I don't think I can slot them, guys. Like, where do I put Blokes? You know, they don't have a territory. They lost the Cosmic. I mean, how do I say? I don't know if they're in the, you know, I don't know if they're literally done or not. Like, you know, how else do I slot the Blokes right now? There's no way. This isn't even BM. This isn't even BM. You know, I mean, I absolutely think Blokes is an A-tier company in a way. I absolutely think so. But dude, I mean, from what I'm hearing, Blokes might be disbanding. You know, it's like, it's rough. I think, I mean, if I were to slot Blokes, I would be putting them in A, in my opinion. I would be. But it's like, do they need improvement, you know? But it's the thing though. No, I think they could use improvement. That's the thing. I think you guys look at needs improvement in a very different way than I do. I think you guys really look at needs improvement in a very, very different way than I do. Like I can't stress that enough. Needs improvement really does just mean needs improvement. It doesn't mean like they're dead or anything. You know, like it's literally just a saying like dude, it's hard to place them. But you know, I do think Blokes is still an A-tier company. Ooh, 9+. Oh God, I do think Blokes is still an A-tier company. It is what it is. I got love for the Blokey boys. I would like to see them bounce back. Rumors of the, you know, I can't judge my ranking based off of a rumor. Let's be honest. In December, we saw a lot of wars coming out of Blokes, a lot of successful defenses, a lot of fun attacks. You know, look, they're still an A-tier company. They're taking competitive companies to fort. The only thing is, I just hope they stick around. And again, I just hope they stick around. You guys know, I mean, look, I got a lot of love for all you guys. I'm a fan of all you guys. That's the thing. I'm your guys' biggest fan. Like, let's be honest. I really am. You know, like, I really am. Like, I'm your guys' biggest fan, and I'm a fan of the Blokes, man. That's just the reality of the situation. I love the Blokey boys. Hopefully they bounce back. We'll see what they can do. Sorry, I spent a lot of time on Blokes there. So let's see. Let's see. Pad Patrol. Let's get it. Quick hydrometry check. Let's get it, guys. Pad Patrol coming in. Now, Pad Patrol, we catch them from time to time, but I think Pad Patrol kind of hovers over here where some of the other COS, where some of the other COS companies kind of lie. You know, they used to be valid. It's kind of hard to say. They own a territory in COS, but man, I just don't really know what is going on with them. You know, they're kind of, it looks like they're kind of like over here with Don't Panic and kind of just content on kind of just owning a side territory, which is fine. You know, they just kind of own a side territory. They hold it down. They did own Windsward for a hot second they did own Windsward for a hot second whenever it comes to, you know, whenever it was like a double deck. But yeah, they do. But I think when it comes to competition on the server, I don't know. They only have one territory at the moment. I see somebody say that they win versus Fed. That might be true. The one thing that I do kind of factor in here is that I think that Fed owning 3 territories is kind of huge. I mean, right now, if I'm not mistaken, Pat only owns 1 territory. I think when you're talking about server influence, I mean, Fed owns 3, right? I mean, that's pretty juicy. But I guess when you are talking about actual competition and fighting head on, I actually do think Paw Patrol beats Fed. Like, not gonna lie, I actually do think that happens. You know, I actually do think. I mean, you know, and this is the way Willie ranks. This ain't the way you guys want to rank them, by the way. Just in the nicest way possible. I think server influence is important, but I do think when you're talking head to head, I guess these guys do fight head to head. And Paw Patrol has won, I think, most of the times. It's kind of interesting though. It's kind of interesting though. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe the Fed. Well, maybe this isn't a Paw Patrol problem. Maybe this is a Fed being too high problem. Maybe I have Fed too high on the list. Maybe I think because I think honest to God, I think with what they're doing on COS, I think a lot of these guys are still, you know, similar. I just wonder if Fed is too high. I think maybe Fed is a little too high here. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, we'll do some revisions later. I'll keep it there. We'll do revisions after. Let's do it. We'll do Ordo over Natus. We'll do Ordo over Natus here, guys. Let's go. We'll do a big revision of the list at the end. We'll see if we got to change anything. Ordo over Natus is a Covenant company over here on Amara. These guys own Everfall and I think Monarch's Bluff. I believe they just held out tonight, if I'm not, or no, they have a war coming up. I think they're a very strong company. They're very good. I think they're still holding it down. They did beat F-Baller. They did beat F-Baller, at least on defense. Now, I haven't seen them fight F-Baller on offense personally, so I'm not quite sure what that looks like. I think Ordo Renatus, I had them at 8 last week. I think due to the fact that they only have, I think, 1 territory, maybe 2. You know, maybe 2. It's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to put them at the top of B. Top of B or A, I mean, it's close. I think top of B is pretty solid. I think F-Baller and Ordo are pretty competitive with each other. I think that's kind of the top companies over here on Amara. I think they're pretty good. I think that's pretty fair to say. I think that's actually very fair to say. Now, guys, let's do X payout. Now this is Amara as well. Now let's do X payout here. X payout kind of X payout's kind of interesting. X payout, you know, they're trying to hold it down. We saw them lose convincingly to F-Baller. I think they definitely have some strength in the roster, but man, they are definitely having a hard time. They are definitely. This is also Amara X payout, by the way, just so you guys know. There's 2 X payouts. You know, there's 2 F payouts. This is X payout for Amara. Maybe I need to add an S. X payouts with an S is the Amara. Okay, I got you. I do think though, you know, they have a couple territories over there. They have good wars when they can get in. I just think that I want to see a little bit more coming out from X payout. You know, I want to see them win against the F-Baller. I want to see them fight against the Ordo. I think that they're a solid. I think they're solid D. I think they're solid D. Nothing wrong with D, by the way, guys. I swear. Look, remember, guys, some companies ain't even on this list. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. I just want to remind you guys. Like, let's do vertical. Let's do vertical. We'll go. We'll go Vert. Now, Vert's been interesting, man. You know, Vertical was slapping stuff on Mirrodin, but kind of died down a little bit. They're doing things. They're trying to move, but I want to see a little bit more coming out from Vertical here. I don't know. Vert is definitely a very strong company, though. They're definitely very strong. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen a Vert versus Enough yet. The question is who is better, Vert or Enough? That's the question. Who is better? Because the thing is I just haven't seen, because that's the thing. These 2 are battling it out. Like, let's be honest. Like, because we know that Blokes. Hey, thank you for the biddies. Much love, much love. Thank you so much, man. Much love. The thing is, like, I just haven't seen Vertical pushing enough. That's just the reality of the situation. I just really haven't. You know, I just really haven't. So I think that I think I'm gonna go ahead and put Vert at the top of C. I think that enough and Vert need to fight, but I don't know. It's just I haven't seen too much coming out of Vertical. And also, guys, this is in the Willyverse. I haven't necessarily seen a lot of I haven't seen a lot of Vertical the last month. I really haven't. I just haven't seen a lot of Vertical. Again, Willyverse here. I just literally have not caught Vertical Wars. I don't know. Maybe it's been bad times for me, but I just have not caught them in the last month much at all. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality. So it's kind of hard for me to really judge this because I just don't really know too much about the company. It is what it is. I do know they're super strong. So let's get it. Strict. Let's see. Strict coming in. Let's go, guys. Strict holding it down. Now, Strict killing another server, bro. You know, Strict killing another server, man. These guys are absolutely insane. No, I'm kidding, but no, Strict seriously doing, Strict seriously doing some fun things here. These guys completely shaking up Marama, pretty much owning Marama. I think it's only fair to say that, you know, coming in and just taking control of Marama the way they did, beating the competition, making it look convincing, and making these wars look pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to put Strict at an A+. I think they hold down an A+. I think Strict definitely coming in, looking really solid. I really like the way these guys play. They're fast, aggressive. I know that they do get some influence from the West Coast. You know, I do think they get some influence from over there. I think maybe that's why it kind of supports a little bit of the play style a little bit, but I do think Strict is a very strong company, and I think deserves that A+ status. So I think they're pretty strong. You love to see it, boys. All right, guys, let's go. All right, guys, now let's do a little revision. Now, guys, let's see. I know I can only imagine the comments. Let's do a little revision here. Let's see what it looks like. I objectively think this one's a little bit better than last month's, okay? Okay, look, dude, I think I did a little bit better on this list than last month, in my opinion. We'll see. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see, guys. So we got Dropouts. I think Dropouts still owns this at the top at the moment. You gotta argue West Bench for S. I mean, it's possible. Stop. Yo, Keeps. Oh, it ain't nothing like that. Yeah, I just bro. We'll see. Yo, Keeps, come on, man. I don't know. I want to see. No, I want to see a little bit more out of West Bench. I can't put West Bench in S. And again, now I know Borpa being S tier is kind of controversial. I get that, but again, I think the strength that they have on 2 servers is pretty legit here. You know what I mean? I mean, look, they're the top company on multiple servers, so it is what it is. West Bench, I think, is a pretty strong. Now, the only reason I have West Bench over Bugha is because West Bench is the best right now on Orofina, in my opinion. So I think just having that agency, you know, Bugha is going to be fighting Supple Lamar, though. So, yeah. Strict and A+, pretty strong. You know, pretty strong. So, yeah, I love to see it. Wait, when did... hold up. When did Borpa lose to Heaters? I've been seeing Borpa literally 2-point camp Heaters for the last, like, 2 weeks. Brimstone? Was I not there? I mean, I literally just saw it. They lost. Oh, I lost attack in Brim. I'm pretty sure. Hey, Zeke, look, maybe I wasn't there. Yeah, look, maybe like all the wars I've been catching, I've caught I think 3 Borpa versus Heaters wars where Heaters pushed Borpa and Borpa held them on like a 1 or 2 point hold. I'm just being honest. That's literally what I saw. Again, this is in the Willyverse. Maybe I missed something big. I'm sorry, dude, if I missed it, but yeah, I mean, that's what I saw. Either way, though, is what it is. I think Cosmic having A is very fair. Horizon having A is very fair. I think all these companies in the A is very fair. I think all these guys are pretty fair here, if you ask me. I think all these guys are very good. I know Blokes I talked a little bit about. I just, you know, again, I don't think they're disbanding. Maybe that's just a rumor. We'll see. We'll see, but yeah, I think that's pretty fair over here. I guess when it comes to levels over here, I gotta put DSS and heaters next to each other. But I think Cosmic, for what they're doing on Orifina, looks pretty good. Now I guess I gotta move Horizon a little bit though, because I gotta move Horizon a little bit. So, and I think I gotta move heaters a little as well. So I think heaters gonna be coming up here with right next to DSS. I think these two are very close. But yeah, I think I gotta move Horizon and heaters back. The Horizon and Handsome Blows. I think Horizon and Handsome Blows had a really hard friggin' month here. So yeah, we'll see how it goes though. Let's see how it goes. B, Ordo Renatus, 15K, maximum effort, F-baller and us. Now, I know that this area is like the most controversy. I know for a fact it is. I'm sure it is. I think this is the most controversial area here. It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say, you know, because the thing is again, this is in the Willyverse, so it feels like it feels disingenuous. I know a lot of people in the chat are really up in arms about the vertical placement. It could be vert, could be B, but the reality is I just have not. I just have not caught a lot of vertical. I can't just go off of opinion in the chat. You know what I mean? I have to go off what I have seen. You know what I mean? If I go off opinion in chat, then this whole list just gets ruined. So, you know, like I got to do it from Willy opinion. And the unfortunate reality is I just haven't caught much vertical. I catch a good amount of Ordo, and Ordo still looks good. We saw him defend against F-baller. I do think 15K deserves to be up here. Maximum effort, still a strong company. I just haven't seen these guys worn forever, it feels like. So it's almost like this is F-baller above. I think does F-baller move above max effort? I think so. I think F-baller probably moves above max effort a little bit. I think enough holds down B, but enough could be C as well, to be honest. I could see moving enough to the C side because they really had some rough looking wars lately. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I could see it being C. You know, but it is what it is. I'm gonna put it there. I think Ouroboros and Photic still next to each other here. I know the Fed placement is pretty high. I do think that Fed probably doesn't deserve C. I don't know. I mean, you know, I think they probably are more in the D range. Not gonna lie, you know, I think they probably are more in the D range. I gotta focus up this bottom though. I think they really had a hard time against Supple. They got a lot of territory, but when it comes to competition, you know, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, you know, it's like how competitive really is this company right now? I could see, like, for instance, I mean, you know, I could see him beating Minax, or I could see Minax beating them. I don't really know much about Declared, but let's look at their companies here, because that's what I'm going to look at. Who do they fight? I think if you pin up Don't Panic and Pat Patrol against Fed, I mean, I think probably Pat and Don't Panic win, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure Pat and Don't Panic win. Because we got to go off of what they do on the server. So they do have territory, and I do want to grant them that. You know, they do have 3 territories. But the thing is, look, I mean, I know this is going off of my opinion. I'm not reading chat right now, but I don't want anybody thinking my list is influenced. I've been barely reading chat this whole time, by the way. I just look at like one comment, go back. But I do think that I just want to see more coming out of you know, Pat Patrol and Don't Panic. You know, I mean, that's the thing. Let's see some Don't Panic and Pat Patrol fighting Fed. Then, you know, like I just feel like maybe I just haven't caught much of that. But it's like, well, Fed owns 3 territories. I mean, if Don't Panic and Pat Patrol out here, you know, saying they can whoop Fed, then like, yo, look, go hold 2-3 territories, man. I don't know. You know, yeah, maybe I just don't catch the wars. Yeah, Tommy. No, true. Yeah, look, I read Tommy. Look, I got you. Yeah, I mean, it could be just because I'm not catching the wars. That is absolutely true. But it doesn't translate into territory control because Fed has 3 territories. So, you know, from an outsider's perspective, that's what it kind of looks like. Either way, though, we're arguing D tier a little bit. I do think Minax still owns the top of D tier, in my opinion. I think they're pretty strong. I mean, they own 2 territories on Orifina, which is a very competitive server right now. I know, you know, I think Declared, I look a little rough over there, but again, it's mainly because their server. They're pretty much the standout company on over there on Devoured. I think Pad is definitely a little bit better than Don't Panic and Fed. X Payout back here. I think Prim holding it down, man. Poor Prim. Just not having too much competition, but I gotta slot the homies. Look, they are out here still. Uppies Riposte Trib, I think respectively, needing improvement. Top G, Lost Reaper, Leak, Salute, and yeah, I think it's a pretty good list. I am pretty happy with this. I am pretty happy with this list here. I stand by it. I did make, you know, I did make some revisions, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's a little bit better than my last month's, in my opinion. But I do think I stand by it. So guys, with that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for being here. Consider liking, consider subbing, consider doing your thing. Seriously, support me on the YouTube. I'll put a link in the chat. It will be on the YouTube if you want to pop it around. It'll probably be on